Hello students, hope you are doing well. In this video we are going to discuss Enterprise Age WAN Technologies Part 3 of Unit 4, Designing Remote Connectivity for the subject Enterprise Network Design of B7 Semester IT, University of Mumbai. We have already covered Introduction to WAN interconnection, traditional WAN technologies in Part 1, and in Part 2, different WAN transport technologies has been covered. Now in this part, we will going to cover WAN transport technology pricing and contract considerations. WAN transport technology pricing and contract consideration. The pricing, time frame, and contract details provided here are the examples taken from United States market, not from Indian market, but Indian market is also driven by United States markets. Organizations in other countries might have different experiences. However, the items in this lecture should be considered when implementing a WAN. Services and pricing options between carriers should be compared and negotiated depending on the competition in that particular area. So historically, WAN transport costs include an access circuit charge, and for time division multiplexing or distance sensitive rate. Some carriers have dropped or reduced distance based factors like time division multiplexing circuit have become a commodity. A service provider might need 60 days or more to provision access circuit. The higher the bandwidth, the more the lead time it might take to install. Metro Ethernet might not be available everywhere, and the lead time could be long. Construction and associated fees might be required when provisioning the fiber access. For frame relay and ATM, typical charges include a combination of an access circuit charge per PVC and possibly per bandwidth committed information rate, that is CIR, or minimum information rate, MIR, charges. Some carriers have simplified these rates by changing based on access circuit and then selling CIR or MIR to half that speed. This technique allows bursts to 2 times the guaranteed rate. Frame relay might be generally available up to T3 speed. However, in some cases, the trunks between frame relay switches is T3 speed, and service providers do not want to offer T3 access circuit because all the bandwidth would be utilized. For MPLS, pricing generally is set to compared with frame relay and ATMs. Some providers encourages customer to move to MPLS VPN by offering lower prices than the frame relay and ATM. Other service providers price MPLS VPN somewhat higher than frame relay or ATM because they include routing services. Tarified commercial services typically are available at published rate and are subject to certain restrictions. Some carriers are moving towards unpublished rates, allowing more flexibility in option and charges. In general, the time needed to contract a WAN circuit in a standard carrier package is on the order of 1 month or so. If you choose to negotiate on service level agreement, expect 6 months or more of discussion with the service provider and include your legal department. You might not be able to influence many charges in the SLA unless you represent a very large customer. Contract periods are usually in the range of 1 to 5 years because of telecommunication industry is changing quickly. Enterprises generally do not want to get locked into long-term contract. Escape clause in case of merger or poor performance might help mitigate the business risk of long-term contract. For dark fiber, contract period are generally for 20 years. One option to consider is the right of non-revision meaning that no matter what happened to the provider, the fiber is yours to use for the full 20 years, protecting the enterprise in case of service provider merger, bankruptcy, and so on. The process and responsibility to repair the fiber when necessary should also be defined in the contract. With this, we finish this lecture. Here we have discussed WAN transport technology, pricing, and contract consideration. In next video, we will see WAN design. Thank you very much. Bye bye.